If I go back to the beginning of things, I first visited the Kruger National Park in 1949. At that stage I was 7 or 8 years old, and the wildlife there had a huge impact on me. You know, encountering elephants, most of all, I was most awed by elephants, probably also a little bit scared, you know, but that had a big impact on my life and probably what I was going to do in the future. I became interested in elephant population control, mainly because at that time Kruger National Park was still killing elephants. And so in 1996, together with J. Kirkpatrick and Richard Farrer-Hoskin, we started the first work on immunocontraception of elephants. Did some basic work, and it then continued from there into populations on various game reserves. It's very important as far as containing wildlife populations are concerned, in that it is really the only method that slows down population growth. Other methods such as culling, removal of elephants to other reserves, which is a very positive thing to do, all stimulate reproduction in elephants. In elephants, reproductive rate is controlled by the density of the species. The more dense they are, the later they will calve, the longer the intercalving interval will be, and so on. So if you reduce it, you just stimulate the opposite. So the benefit of what you do is very short-lived. If you just leave elephants uncontrolled in smaller fenced game reserves, I'm not talking about the Kruger National Park where it's probably not necessary to do anything, they will breed, and the bigger and bigger populations lead to degradation of the habitat, and that is to the disadvantage of other mammal species, reptile species, bird species, and so on. And eventually it also, with this overpopulation, you're bound to get breakouts from the reserve into neighboring farming communities or developing communities, and that leads to human-wildlife conflict again. So it's all about, managing the wildlife that you have on a reserve as best you can, to the benefit of the animals that live there, really. I guess the biggest challenge was the resistance from national parks in South Africa towards immunocontraception of elephants. They maintained it wouldn't work, they maintained it wasn't viable, they maintained that elephants could be better used to feed the people. So that challenge has really been overcome, in that Addo Elephant Park, two portions of it, are now using immunocontraception for their elephants, and all of KwaZulu-Natal's provincial parks are being contracepted. The passion for wildlife, I guess, that's what keeps me going.